Good afternoon, everyone. It's Troy Moore, Chief of External Affairs with the National Diaper Bank Network and Alliance for Period Supplies. I'm going to take you through our external affairs overview very quickly. I've got quite a few slides. I'll try to make it fast here. So I'm going to go over the state and national policy updates. Also want to remind you some dates to remember, which I'm sure are going to be drilled into your head. National Diaper Need Awareness Week is September 15th to the 21st, and the U.S. Conference on Poverty and Basic Needs, October 21st to 23rd. Also, a quick communications update, some partnership update, and then briefly touching on NDBN's 15th anniversary. So from the state standpoint, I want to talk about some of the successes we've had. Alabama and Missouri both have passed legislation to end sales tax on diapers and period supplies. We're excited about that. And then Wisconsin Diaper Bank Coalition, we had a very successful advocacy day in Madison back in April and visited over 25 offices. And that was a lot of fun, had support from Kimberly Clark on that as well. Also, some of the successes on the state side, money. We've passed legislation and funding updates for Colorado, $1.5 million, New York, $1.5 million, Tennessee, $1 million, and Washington, $2.5 million over 2 years. That'll be funds going to diaper bank programs and or help with diaper distribution in those states. So we're very, very excited about that. Also, from a state standpoint, we are working on looking ahead to 2026 and planning legislative sessions for that. Right now, we're working this summer on identifying what NDBN's, Alliance for Period Supplies, priorities are, and then also working with our state coalitions to set up some legislative goals with them. We're also arranging strategic meetings with members, with their state senators and representatives, so we're helping, again, do advocacy work at the state and local level with our members. We'll also be conducting outreach for state proclamations for National Diaper Need Awareness Week in the next few weeks, and so we are moving forward with things. I do want to remind you that on our websites, both on allianceforperiodsupplies.org, nationaldiaperbanknetwork.org, if you go to the advocacy section, you can see active legislation across the country on our bill tracker there. So if you're interested, I encourage you to take a look there, see what's happening. Also, lobby days. We've had 2 successful lobby days, one in person with NDBN Lobby Days 2025. We had 45 advocates from 19 states, well over 100 meetings. So shout out to our legislative team, Ariana, Lacey, and Annie, on making that all happen. And there was a whole host of other folks involved in the organization to make it successful. Also want to give a shout out to Linda and Shalisa for coming from the board, representing the board, and I believe they both had a really great time. They can verify that. Then we also had, in conjunction with Period Poverty Awareness Week, we had our Alliance for Period Supplies virtual lobby days. This is the second year we've done this virtually. This year we had 22 advocates participating from 11 states and set up 24 meetings, and that was successful as well, talking about period poverty in those states and legislation. Then from an advocacy standpoint on the federal updates as well, I want to tell you that we've got 3 bills that have been introduced. The End Diaper Need Act of 2025, which in the last meeting I told you wasn't going to be introduced until September. Well, guess what? It was introduced. And so we had to jump and move forward with it very quickly, and we're very excited about that. It is a bipartisan, bicameral piece of legislation, at least in the Senate side, and so we're continuing to move forward with that. We also have the Improving Diaper Affordability Act and the Menstrual Equity for All Act that all have been introduced. Pending legislation, we have the Good Samaritan Menstrual Products Act. It's a bipartisan now. Lacey and team have done a great job of securing, working with Representative Grace Ming, Congresswoman Ming, to get a Republican co-sponsor on this, and it's Representative Malloy out of Utah. So we're very excited about that. We do think that this is a bill that has legs and has tremendous potential. Upcoming activities from a federal standpoint, we are continuing to forge strategic relationships with offices that are interested in carrying forward, diaper-related legislation or legislation related to period poverty, and kind of identified a host of members of Congress and members of the Senate, that are interested in working on this. Another activity that we're doing right now is our August recess outreach efforts with our members to encourage them to be inviting members of Congress from the House and the Senate when they come back to their district in August to come for visits, come visit programs, come help with distribution events, and so on and so forth. It's just a great opportunity to reconnect with those members of Congress, particularly for those folks that went to NDBN lobby days or participated in our virtual lobby days with Alliance for Period Supplies. So we'll be honing our efforts on that from a strategic standpoint. Upcoming, what we've got coming up, I do want to point out we do have in the works, and Megan and other folks may talk a little bit about this as well, as a congressional briefing on September 9th in Capitol Hill. The focus is going to be on diaper need and maternal mental health, and pulling in lots of different research that we are actively engaged with, and also working with some of our partners, Urban Institute and Frameworks, and again, led by National Diaper Bank Network. Period Poverty Awareness Week did happen. It was great. And so thanks to everybody for following along on social media with what we're doing. The biggest takeaway was the success with what we had with That's On Period, the documentary film that Jennifer Gaines was featured heavily in and focused in on one of our member programs, Her Village. We had 90 or 79 attendees that actually watched the video and participated in our panel discussion afterwards. We had well over, 125 folks that actually registered. One of the exciting things too, we did get some good, strong social media support from You by Kotex, as a founding sponsor of the Alliance for Period Supplies. So we really appreciate that, and we've been doing a lot more outreach efforts, collaborative posts and things with You by Kotex related to period poverty. We had some good media as well. Our members obviously use Period Poverty Awareness Week as an opportunity to get out and talk about the work that they're doing in local communities. The social media toolkit was tremendously successful. Lots of activity on social media. Shout out to Alicia and Sydney, and Lacey and everybody else, and Annie and Ariana that helped pull this all together, and obviously Jennifer as well. Then, we talked last time about the Nepo Babies for Babies campaign. Well, it did happen, and it is out. And if you have not seen the spot, it's about a 60-second spot, I would encourage you to do so. You can go visit nationaldiaperbanknetwork.org website, wait about 6 or 7 seconds, and it will automatically pop up, and you can play it, and you can see it. And it was fun, and it was exciting, and it generated some great news coverage. We've got posts, and, I think I had sent those around, previously, The Hollywood Reporter, Today.com, and People Magazine all did posts, on when it first released, and then there was additional things in Ad Age and some other media outlets, and even some outlets from international outlets that picked it up. So overall, it got some really strong traction, some good media coverage. It did have a fundraising page that was attached with it as well, and a lot of creative with it, and it was fun. It was good exposure for us. We didn't get the money that we thought maybe it would, generate, but certainly the awareness was there. I think it netted about $2,500, all said and done. But we also now have a great relationship with Tombras, the agency that did this, and we're hoping we can reel them in on some other projects as well with us. Some of the national partnerships, just to touch very quickly on this, Huggies, we are continuing our contract negotiations underway for the renewal of 3-year contract with Huggies. Already this year, they've come close to their annual commitment of 20 million diapers already that have been distributed. And there's additional corporate co-ventures planned for third and fourth quarter this year. One of the things I just got off the phone today that we're very excited about, working with Kimberly Clark on a BJ's, their charity championship. It's a golf tournament that they have every year. It's going to be in Plymouth, Massachusetts this year. And as a subset of the tournament, they're going to be doing a thing called Birdies for Babies. And so for every birdie that's in this golf tournament, they're going to donate 500 diapers to National Diaper Bank Network, up to 350,000 diapers. And then also include a monetary donation. So we're really excited about that and look forward to telling you more about that as the details are ironed out. You by Kotex, we certainly have been, like I said, mentioned we are doing lots of collaborative posts and product donations. There's lots of active corporate co-ventures on that. Poise, even though we're not an official sponsor of anything with the National Diaper Bank Network because of the relationship with Kimberly Clark, we do get a significant amounts of Poise products and have moved a lot recently up from that standpoint. Thinks the same way. We're actually going to be doing a legislative policy briefing for the Thinks and You by Kotex teams in the next few weeks here that Lacey and Ariana are going to be leading on that. Penguin Books and Random House and Too Small to Fail are back again this year. They've just we're moving 25,000 books, children's books, out to about 10 member programs, I think, as we speak right now. Mother to Baby, again, an additional outreach effort there. We've done in the past quarter a webinar for their members talking about diaper need that Kelly led for us, and then we've got some planned podcasts and blog posts that'll be released in September in conjunction with National Diaper Need Awareness Week. One final thing is potential sponsorship. It's not done yet, but it's looking good, is Way FM, which is a Christian radio group. They have about 50 stations or 50 markets, a footprint in 50 markets around the country, and they're talking about doing a summer diaper drive, July 12th through August 2nd. We should know within the next week or two if that's going to happen, and we'll move quickly on it. It'll be very similar to what we did, for those of you who were around in 23 when we did a national campaign with Sinclair Media with their TV stations around the country. And finally, the NDBN 15th anniversary. I know in the last board meeting we talked about setting up an ad hoc board committee that would have some advisory capacity with NDBN to provide some thoughts, ideas, and suggestions on where we might go with the 15th anniversary. We will be pulling that together here this month. So I know there was I think 4 to 6 people that had expressed interest in this, and we're going to pull those folks together, see if we can get some meetings together. Probably 5 or 6 meetings throughout the next couple months, just to touch base on, get ideas, and get things percolating. Doing the same thing internally, and we just really do want to make a big blowout of the 15th anniversary that, again, we will celebrate. Most likely the dates will be starting around January 12th and continuing through the 31st of the year. That's it. Thank you very much. I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.